Hello, this is for Chapter 1, Lesson 9, talking about perimeter, area, and circumference. Go ahead and copy these diagrams down. We got our square, rectangle, and circle. And then below it, go ahead and copy these parts down as well, describing what's going on with the square, rectangle, and circle. Square with a side length of S, perimeter and area, rectangle base B, height H, perimeter and area, and circle with radius R and D. We got the two ways to find the circumference and also how to find the area. I'm going to go ahead and go on. You stay here and copy this as needed. Whenever we're talking about perimeter, we're going to use units like feet, so 15 feet. If we're talking about area, we're going to use square feet, so 15 square feet. This does not mean that the 15 is getting squared. This means that our area is being composed of small little boxes, each 1 foot by 1 foot, and that's why it's square feet, because it's being made up of tiny little squares, 15 of them that are 1 foot by 1 foot. Again, this does not mean that 15 is getting squared. Be careful. Alright, we have this problem here. Your pool is 15 feet wide, 20 feet long, and it has a 3 foot wide deck surrounding it, and you want to build a fence around the deck. So how much fencing you're going to need? Often it's very helpful for you if you draw a picture, so that way you know kind of what you're trying to do and you can see a good visual representation. Because here's our 20 foot long, 15 foot wide pool. But we also have this 3 feet area going around it, and you have to be careful because there's also 3 feet here, there's 3 feet here, and there's also 3 feet here. So the perimeter for a rectangle is 2 times the base plus 2 times the height. I mean, you could also do it as length times width. There's lots of different ways that you can do it. But be careful because the perimeter, our base, is not 15, it's not 18, it's 21. You have to add up all the sides together. And then here, the height is not just 20, it's not just 23, but we also have this bottom part, it's 26. So the perimeter is 2 times 21, which is 42, plus 2 times 26, which is 52. So our perimeter is 94 inches. Not inches, sorry, feet. We have to make sure that we have our unit correct. So it's 94 feet. Don't just put it as 94. We want to make sure that you have the units as well. Okay. Whenever we're using pi, if we want to approximate an answer, you can go ahead and use 3.14. That's fine. If you want an exact answer, we need to leave pi as just the symbol pi. This problem here, we want to find the circumference of circle A in terms of pi, and then we're going to find the circumference to the nearest tenth. Well, the first one there, we want to find it in terms of pi, so the circumference is equal to pi times d. And I'm going to switch the order of this just because usually we like to have the numbers out in front of any symbols. The diameter is 12 inches, so it's 12 times pi. So the circumference is 12 times pi inches. Well, that's our first answer because they just wanted it in terms of pi. Well, we got it in terms of pi. If we want to approximate it to the nearest tenth, then it's going to be 3.14 for pi instead, times 12. And for the sake of time, I'm going to multiply these two together, and we get 37.68. Right, 37.68, yes. But we're not done. That's not our answer, because it's 37.68 inches. This asks for the nearest tenth. So it asks us for the nearest tenth. We need to round to the nearest tens place. 8 tells us that we do need to round up, so this is going to be 37.7 inches. And that's our answer, and there's the short and quick perimeter area. We'll cover a little bit more, but then also circumference for Chapter 1, Lesson 9.